Hello and welcome to the channel. So we have a Carlsbro Sidewinder. This is a tube amp, valve amp, and very rare these. Funnily enough, I'm really into Carlsbro amps. As you know, I grew up in the village that these were manufactured in, but this one kind of passed me by. I don't know why. So we're going to take a look at this. Now this has come in to have some mods done to it, just to try and get the overdrive to sound a little better. But I thought what we'd do is just take a look at this. I'm not going to mod it in this video, but I thought we'd take a look and just out of curiosity really, more for myself. I sat there staring at it and thought, I really want to see inside that, so I thought I might as well do a video. So the badge is missing off there. This grill cloth is on Velcro. I do believe, it's on, no, it's not on Velcro, but it's on some special plugs, and it comes off there like so, and you can see those doofers there. Beefy speaker. I think the speaker's been changed. These were called Sidewinders because they had the Sidewinder Celestion speaker in, which was all the rage in the 80s. This amp is quite heavy too. If you're not plied with much muscle, you might struggle with this one. So we've got volume, master volume, yeah. We've got reverb here. We've got a couple of switches here. Must be to do with the reverb. Not quite sure what that's about. We've got a remote foot switch. That must be for the reverb. We've got presence, treble, middle, bass, post gain, pre-gain for that, and then there's a pull switch on there. Channel change, obviously needs the foot switch, so the guys put that in there. And then we've got a gain here. We've got high gain and low gain. Sorry if I went a bit vague there, it's just while I'm trying to look through the camera. And we've got, of course, we've got on-off switch and standby. Let's have a look at the back. So you can see the back, we've got an array of sockets. And you can see the original address on there, Cross Drive, Kirkby in Ashfield, Notts. 0623, there's no 01 in 0, there I go again with the O's instead of zeros. 01623 is now the area code for Kirkby and Ashfield, but the one's missing. Someone did leave a comment. I did ask that question, when did they change these codes, and someone left a comment who worked for BT on one of the videos once, because we must have been looking at another label on the back. So if you're watching this video, just remind me again, because I've forgotten, because I'm a plank. So we've got 500 milliamp HT fuse, we've got the fuse, power fuse is in the IEC, then we've got, it's a 4 ohms minimum output, so we've got a couple of speaker sockets, headphones, direct inject with the volume, line out, return and send for the for the effects. Got the impedance selector up here as well, so we've got 4, 8 or 16 tap-ins. So yes, looking quite a tool. So strange looking chassis, mind you. Just looking at how this comes out. It looks at a glance like the power amp section and the preamp section are split. Not sure on that. What we'll do is we'll take this grill off and have a bit of a peer inside. There we go, having a look inside, and it is a split chassis indeed. You see one chassis up there, and the tubes are mounted on another chassis, which is this, obviously this back one here. I think what we'll do before we take this to bits, let's just plug it in and have a bit of a listen, shall we? Just to see what we're dealing with, and just to see if there's any capacitance, hum or anything like that, and then we'll take the chassis out and have a look. Right, so got it running. I've got it on. Just flick it off the current limiter. It's got a bit of capacitance hum. All the controls are down. Just need to, that knob just needs taking off and put into 0. Yes. A little bit noisy. Let's get something plugged into it. See if that noise remains. We've got microphonic tube. That was corny, wasn't it? We have a few issues. It's a little noisy. I think I'm just going to put that back on the bulbs. Nice tone though, but I think it's probably in need of a few capacitors. Let's try this reverb. Not sure what the second button does. very sensitive. That's a nice sounding amp. Let's pull this out. So now we're on channel 2. Yes, we are. Some loose knobs. Let's go full tilt with the gain, madam. A little bit flatulent. It's not bad though. I've heard much worse than that. In fact, now I've turned the treble down. Pretty bright when you turn the treble up, but that's the idea. Let's try the mid. That's just me being too close to it. And I just get a little bit flatulent. Flatulence, madam. Or it says in the comedy clip, more tea, Vicar. That at half now. Wow, I'm just struggling to hold a plectrum today. The arthritis in my thumb is quite bad. I have to go and do some exercises with the tennis ball. So I'll put these down to half. Master volume there. It's on 2, isn't it? On the I'll have to change that knob. It looks like we've got a lot of master, but that's actually only on number 2. overdrive. It's customer wants to get this a bit smoother, this overdrive. Yeah, it gets a little bit harsh when and a bit hard when you wind the middle up on it, but it's not bad. So you have to have a look. I think the customer's finding me a schematic for it, so we'll have a look at that as well when we get it, when we come to do the mods on it. But yes, it is a little noisy. Let's have a bit of a sneak preview inside. You can see on this edge here, this front fascia plate is a little bit, it looks like it's flaking away. So we better be careful with that. That looks like that's flaked away some years ago. Oh, lost a control. Let's see if we can lift this out. I took the screws out the sides. We might need to take the back off to get this out. Right, so we've got that on the bench, and a word of warning. If you're going to take one of these to bits, the capacitors don't discharge when it's turned off. And you have to lift this chassis out, and while you're holding it in one hand, you have to unplug all the cables out of it. And that's extremely dodgy. And I'm afraid I had a little nip off it. It's, yes. I've still got all my fillings, but yes, that one did bite me. So it's I was trying to be careful not to touch the part of these, but I actually got my hand inside. You can't see properly. This is the output transformer here, and if we flirt it up onto its end, I've got to be careful because of those tubes, but that's centre tap on there. Actually, have I got this back to front now? No, yeah, this is the output transformer. So yeah, you find centre tap on here, or one of the plate terminals, and you need to discharge from there with a large resistor or a proper discharging tool, and discharge those capacitors. If you don't, you'll get a nasty bite, as I did. But I'm kind of used to it now. But yes, so forewarned. So let's have a look at it then. So we'll be careful with that. He's a bit flimsy, that board. Svetlana, something like that, near enough. Wow, that board is flimsy. You'll be very careful with this. Looks like is that the phase inverter tube in there? It is. Caps have been in since 1986, so they've been in there a long time. Got a couple more down there. A long time since anyone's been in this amplifier. Someone's been in it because they're very kindly marked, and I actually took that off there, and that dark I couldn't see what to take off and what not to take off. I took that one off by mistake, but someone's kindly marked them, so we know where they all go. That was very good of them. I don't suppose you're watching, but if you are, and thank you for that, because it makes life a whole lot easier. Right, let's so we see, can you see into there now? Let's try and zoom in. I think there's a bias preset there as well, from what I can see. In there you can see the board a bit clearer now. Let's look at the bottom of the board, shall we? Tip it upside down. I think those tubes are going to stop us doing that. They are Yes, they are. Right, you can see the board there, and you can see it's a little bit singed, but it's usual when the tube sockets are on a PC board like that, especially the output tubes. Little bit of flux around there. Someone's obviously been round and reflowed those at some time. Bit of a singed thing there. We just probably need to look at that. Singed solder trace. Just one last look there, as you can see. So let's see if we can get the preamp out now and look at that. Right, I've just got this perched on here because the reverb's still connected, and I don't want to take it out anymore because I don't want to stress the cables. Because we'll just have a look and then pop it back in. So you can see we've got this meshing here over the tubes there, and we can see if we go in to have a look at some components and things, if we just zoom in a bit, you see there, some capacitors there. Oops, light, that a light effect in it. Let's see if we can get that grill off. I'm on the handheld, just let me put the camera down. Right, we can get in now and have a better look at things. So I've got a capacitor here, and that looks like a bypass cap. The 35 volts, so it's 100 microfarad, I think. So that could be one of the reasons we've got a bit of a hardish tone. But then again, it could be on the clean channel. I don't know. Another small capacitor there. I mean, this amp could do with a recap. You know, after all these years, 40 years, these have got a date code of 87 on them. So yeah, you can see. Sorry, the light's playing havoc with that. It's a bit close to that light. Although I am changing some of this lighting. I don't like those spots. Or the LEDs actually. So yeah, you get a good look inside. So basically that's all that we're doing in this video. We're just having a look inside this amp and just assessing it, really, just to see what it needs. It really could do with a recap though, and it is a little bit noisy. Reverb transformer, I'm guessing that's what that is a reverb transformer, because we've got a traditional tank, so I'm guessing that's probably, we've got 4 tubes as well, so probably is. In fact, we've got 5, haven't we, because the phase inverter's on the output stage there. So there we go. So that's a bit of a look. So we're looking inside, and you can see we've got that British Invasion warehouse speaker in there, 75 watts. He looks most delightful, doesn't he? Let's just make sure we're in focus. There, he's a nice speaker, and we've got a lot of dust, you can see as well there, so there'll be some cleaning to be done, and in here as well, it's quite dusty. So yeah, it's interesting. Right, so just got it something like back together. Just obviously I'm not going to put this completely back together because we've got to take it apart again to do some work on it, and we've got some dust all around the speaker there we need to sort out, but just get that cleaned off as well. Just needs a good clean and a recap, and then some changes making. So that'll do it for this one. So thanks for watching. You all take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.